I spent hours exploring Overwatch 2's newest map, Samoa, and found some crazy hidden details and cool Easter eggs. From teasers for an upcoming hero to this cute little guy, and even a mysterious volcanic fruit, you don't want to miss this. And let's begin with a strange coffee conundrum. If you played on this map, you may have noticed these coffee cups appearing basically everywhere, and on them they read Coffee Aromo. Now, this doesn't seem too strange. In fact, in the city section of this map, there's a coffee shop with just that name. This is Samoa, and Coffee Aromo is no Samoan coffee shop. In fact, coffee, K-O-F-I, isn't even the correct spelling of coffee in Samoan. No, this is actually a bar in the Philippines, not Samoa. But wait, it gets even weirder, because there's another coffee shop on this map, Fale Coffee. This one does use the correct spelling and exists in both American Samoa and New Zealand. So, what's to talk about here? Well, just have a look at the coffee cups. Coffee Aromo. Apparently, this other cafe isn't even competent enough to sell its own coffee. Anyways, moving on to the next hidden secret, and I found this little guy. Yeah, that's all I got, but isn't it just so cute? Aww. If you want to find it for yourself, it's over here near one of the spawns on the side opposite to the ocean. Next we move on to the volcano section of the map, and if you didn't know yet, you can actually stand on these rocks of lava and just chill. But it goes deeper than that, because if you look below the platform next to the rocks, we find these. Now, not only is it strange that some sort of tropical fruit could be perfectly fine existing here in the middle of a volcano right next to the lava, but what's even more confusing is the question of what this fruit even is. I scoured the internet in search of this mysterious piece, but found absolutely nothing. It's not a pineapple, it's not a jackfruit, and it isn't a dragon fruit, so what is it? Can it be that I simply missed something, or did Blizzard just create their very own tropical fruit of legends? Comment down below what you think. On the note of food though, how about we look at some of the food scattered throughout other parts of the map? Here, Blizzard have actually been very good at making things accurate to Samoa. This is known as orca, a Samoan raw fish dish, and although these may look like regular sweet buns, they're actually likely panipopo, Samoan coconut buns. This poster advertises by Fala, a regional pineapple drink, and even though I couldn't find out what this was, it seems very popular and is likely another Samoan food. Although this one may not be particularly hidden, I still thought it was cool enough to talk about. What I'm referring to is the aquarium on the city section. Not only have they animated multiple different types of fish swimming around in there, which is sick, but it actually has a bigger purpose. This area of the map is known as the Coral Museum and Learning Centre, and the signboard show it's actually trying to promote sustainability and protecting the sea life. In the real world, islands like Samoa are at the forefront of the global warming crisis, and are struggling to deal with both rising sea levels and the destruction of coral reefs. This is a cool nod to that albeit worrying situation. And on the opposite side of the city, there is what I call the museum. Now, in reality this has to do with the Polynesian League, and has some cool statues representing Samoa, Hawaii, the Cook Islands and New Zealand. What I find even more interesting though are the flags hanging outside the building. Already I couldn't really find anything online about this Polynesian League, but I really couldn't discover was even a trace of this flag's existence. So, just like the fruit we discussed earlier, it begs the question, did Blizzard make this up? My answer would be no, yet I have no evidence to back up such an assumption. So, what is this flag? We may never know, but what I do know is that you smashing that like button not only helps me out, but may even get us ever closer to that answer which we so desire. Moving on, let's scuttle over to this small sign which could be found on the beach. Crab crossing? I wonder if there could be any crabs around these parts. Oh, there's one, there's another, and there's even one over there. I really don't have much more to say about this except that they're great and I want one. Back over in the volcano, there's some more interesting things to look at. Firstly, we have this text on the objective around the hole in the floor. CRE, and then another letter depending on which side you're looking at. Honestly, I really don't know what this could mean. I found that CRE could stand for the Energy Regulatory Commission, or rather Commission de Régulation de l'Énergie, but even that's not certain, and the other letters I have no clue about. One other thing I did discover however is that the objective that you're trying to capture is actually a restricted area. I mean, that's understandable considering just how close it is to the lava, but it's so interesting that the place we're supposed to be, we aren't actually supposed to be. Anyways, penultimately I noticed these posters hanging around the other two sections of the map advertising for some festivals. I decided to look them up and they are in fact real. Te Wila Festival is held in September and is about celebrating Samoan and Polynesian culture, which feels very relevant to this map. Palolo Festival meanwhile is all about catching palolo, a coral-dwelling worm, during their mating season, so they can then be eaten as a Samoan delicacy. And finally, this is the moment you've all likely been waiting for as we reach this little hut on the beach. But as we step inside, we find some very interesting things. First, you can see this banner brandishing a large Samoan-style emblem. Immediately we can tell this hut is a reference to Mauga, who could potentially be the next tank in Overwatch 2, especially since we can also see his shirt. We already know that Mawga has been in the works for a long time, with his original kit being taken over by Sigma, and the next hero list will be a tank, so this Samoa map very much so suggests that he could be the next hero. In this room there's also a Zarya poster on the wall with some workout equipment, but when we move over to this nightstand with a book on top, we find some fascinating images. In this book there's both a picture of Baptiste with a red circle around it, as well as images of Watch Point Gibraltar, what seems to be Overwatch's new main base. In the lore we discover that Baptiste actually blew up Mauga when trying to escape from Talon, so could this be Mauga plotting his revenge, or maybe he simply wants to find him and have another conversation with his old friend. Either way, these devices which Mauga seems to have been crafting are worrying indeed, as they seem to be radioactive. Could this be part of his kit, or maybe part of a future plot in the story missions? I guess we'll find out eventually. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video, and do you guys think Samoa will end up being a good map? In this video I explained a few of the crucial aspects when it comes to making great Overwatch maps, so maybe it can help you figure out whether or not this map will succeed. I'll see you there.